doesn't. Sometimes it works.
To show you what's been marked as Coleman's exhibits 2 through 5. Or is that correct?
Yes.
And that was crime scene processor Davidson?
Yes.
And this is Coleman's exhibit number 2. And is that good? And number 3, this photograph was taken by Officer Davidson later. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Commonwealth's exhibit number 4, again, is that the area where the victim was located when he arrived?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you observe residence? The item located?
On top of the commode in the restroom.
Your Honor, I will move to introduce these photographs this time.
No objection.
Objection. Madam Clerk, are they marked?
Yes. Now, so you're taking photographs. What other officers arrived at the scene?
I remember Officer Bowman arriving, then Officer McShane.
And do you know if you all arrived around the same time as the fire?
As far as officers,
Mm-hmm.
I believe I was the first one on scene, and then shortly after me, after I was asked by EMS to bring Miss Whitehall out, that's when Officer Bowman came walking in through the living room, and I think shortly after that, Officer McShane arrived on scene, and then there was numerous officers after that.
All right. And did you make contact with Brittany Jones that evening?
Yes, I did.
All right. And when did you make contact with her?
I made contact with her after I briefly spoke with her out to his car to interview her, and as I was walking out the front door to go get my camera to start taking pictures is when I made contact outside the front door on the front porch area.
And you indicated that you made contact with Mr. Melbourne Dennis at the front door. Is that correct?
When I first arrived on scene, yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Officer Allen, you're the first officer on the scene, is that correct?
Yes.
And one of your first tasks is to deal with Kaylee, who's pretty hysterical, I guess, true?
Yes, I was asked by EMS to take her away from where they
Sure.
were working on.
And you get her out, I guess just the two of you talking?
Yes.
Right? And she tells you, we've been in a fight and I stabbed Houston, right?
Yes, sir.
And you don't arrest her, right?
No.
And you don't arrest her because there's a lot of extenuating circumstances, correct?
My job is to determine, the best I can, to determine the facts.
Okay. And the facts that you determined after she said that I stabbed you, it ultimately led you to conclude that you're not going to arrest her. Is that a fair statement?
I didn't know that at that time, sir. She had not been officially interviewed. I just got a quick statement with her because I didn't know what was going on at the time. I needed to know who was pertinent to the scene, who needed to be talked to, who needed to be interviewed at that time. That time would not have been an appropriate time to make a decision of whether or not somebody's going to be arrested or not.
Ultimately, that decision was in the negative, though, correct?
I'm sorry, what do you mean by the negative?
Ultimately, the decision to arrest that night was in the negative. Is that a correct statement?
I did not detain her or place her in custody at that time, no, sir.
She was never cuffed, never detained, nothing like that?
She was not free to leave the scene, but it was not my decision to arrest her, no, sir.
Sure. Nothing further?
Anything else of this officer?
No, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Hold on. About an hour. So, following this break, do not talk about the case, form or express any opinion about the case until it's finally brought to your attention or to your for you to decide your verdict. If you want to go downstairs, get a Coke or soda or whatever, that's fine. Get a water, bring it in with you. You can stomach Danny's coffee, bring that in with you as well. I hope the temperature's fine for you. If I were you all, I would this is going to sound crazy, I would dress in layers because I have no control over the temperature in this courtroom. It might be hot and then get cold, so if you'll do that. Let's take about a 10-minute break, let's say at 2:40, please. 2:40. Maybe so you can go with Danny. Yes.
Right on it, nothing. You're sliding. Oh, we
The jury is out. We'll stand at recess.
Casey emailed about the missing jurors.
I was satisfied with that.